For some time now, I've been teaching businesses and individuals on leading practices for prompting ChatGPT and other LLMs. So I want to pass along some of the key lessons that I share so that you can get the most out of ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, DeepSeek, or whatever LLM you prefer. One of the first things I ask my students to do is write a sample prompt for me so I can see how you're using ChatGPT. Almost without fail, they write a 1 or 2 sentence prompt and it'll look something like this. Summarize the significance of the Industrial Revolution. Yes, this will give you a few cohesive paragraphs that will be sufficient for demonstrating basic knowledge of a historical event to your friends at dinner. It's sufficient. The best way to explain why a more robust prompt is better is to provide a better example. So let's head over to that. In this case, the prompt says, generate a list of significant facts about the Industrial Revolution specific to British farmers for a 6th grade reader. Because we've prompted ChatGPT with more requirements, the output is way better. Let's look at the specifics of the prompt. We've got an action, generate, a format, list, context, significant facts specific to British farmers, and a target audience, a 6th grade reader. As you can see here, we've got the list of facts, and it's at a level that a 6th grader could understand. Great. Now, let's compare that to a different prompt with the same context, but an updated action, format, and target audience, just to see how it changes. In this case, we say, write a 600+ word essay at a 10th grade reading level about how the Industrial Revolution impacted British farmers. So, in this case, we've got the exact same context and action, but because we changed the format and target audience, the result is very different. So here you can see, if you were to read through it, that the language is definitely stepped up quite a few notches. Also, obviously, it's in essay format versus in list format. So quite a bit different. As a quick aside, I always have new tricks that I'm testing across my businesses, and I can easily drop those tips into an email to share with folks. So you guessed it, I'm sending out an email for people who are interested in my latest prompts, workflow automations, or business tools that I've been using successfully. It'll also be covering broader marketing and business operational tips for things like cold outreach, SEO, social media, email management, meeting notes, paid ad campaigns, and a whole bunch more. Candidly, there's a lot of hidden gems out there, and I'm happy to share the ones I've been collecting over the years. So if you're interested, sign up via the link in the description, and I'll see you there. The next thing that I like to advise is to write a prompt that requests clarifying questions from ChatGPT. Let's look at an example of that. Here I say, write a 600+ word essay at a 10th grade reading level about how the Industrial Revolution impacted British farmers. Before writing the essay, please ask me any clarifying questions that will inform your process. Once I've answered the questions, proceed with the essay. So, as expected, it's done the initial intake and asked 5 clarifying questions that I can either answer or tell ChatGPT to ignore. I've dropped in some quick answers here for the sake of showing the output. So then you can see, based on the answers that I provided, it's going to go ahead and move forward with the essay, which is here. Okay, so now that we've got those done, let's go to a next level sort of prompt. And this is where things get pretty amazing. In this case, the prompt we're going to use will be massive, but the output will also be quite spectacular. So right off the bat, you'll notice that this prompt is quite lengthy. Also, you'll see a common format that I like to use, which is called the C.R.A.F.T format. And so it starts off with context. And again, it's the Industrial Revolution and how that impacted British farmers. Then it moves into the role. And the role in this case is a historian and educator with 20 years of experience in British history. Then we move into the action section. And this, you'll notice, is in a list format. I really like doing lists in terms of actions because it gives ChatGPT a really nice way to approach the result that we're looking for. Finally here, you can see that I've created the format. Again, this is an essay and it does some of the specifics. I also dropped in that I want to vary the paragraph length with some paragraphs exceeding 10 sentences, which gave me a really nice varied output. And then finally here we have target audience. And again, the target audience is a 10th grade student. So now the main question that I get about a prompt like this is, oh my gosh, do I have to write such a lengthy prompt for all of my ChatGPT requests? And the answer is yes, but there's a trick to how you do it. I've created a prompt to write a prompt. And I have another video specifically for that you can reference. I've also added this prompt to create a prompt in the description of this video so that you can reference it yourself. Go ahead and copy and paste it, drop it into the chat dialog. The first thing it's going to request of you is the topic or the theme that you'd like the prompt to proceed with. And then from there you can answer its questions. And then it'll write you a prompt, which will then be copied and pasted into a new chat dialog and will give you exactly the output that you're looking for. So here are the key points that I share with all of my students and clients. Number one, context is king. ChatGPT doesn't know if you're a firefighter looking for a new exercise routine, a college kid trying to make pasta for the first time, or a job seeker preparing for an interview. Give the LLM context so it knows how to focus its vast knowledge repository. 2, make sure to include a role, and that the role is well defined and includes areas of expertise and experience. 3, try using different formats. For instance, using a list format is great for instructions, facts, or directions, while a table format is really amazing for brainstorming. 4, ask ChatGPT to create a prompt for you. Again, I've provided my favorite example of the prompt to write a prompt in the video description, so check that out. 5, lastly, end the prompt by having ChatGPT ask you questions in order to further refine the prompt. This is a great way to ensure ChatGPT is on the right track before proceeding. So, those are my top tips for better prompts. Give them a try and let me know how it goes. We'll see you in the next one.